you may be feeling perhaps a wee bit frustrated, like you have been working on your business for a little while and perhaps feeling a bit confused, a bit foggy, and really just wondering how the hell this entrepreneurial thing works, how it will finally take off. And I just have a little message for you to say that there really is no one way of doing anything. I always say there is more than one way to peel an orange. And whatever you see inside of this membership is here to help you. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that not everything is as it seems. And when you find something that feels like utter truth, follow that. And so we can become very overwhelmed by the amount of information that is out there, the amount of people there are preaching certain ways, certain strategies, certain things, shiny objects, webinar funnels, all the stuff. And we can become really overwhelmed by the saturation of information, and we never actually take action on any of it. And so my big piece of advice to you is to follow the people who speak truth to you, where it resonates with you and you feel like, wow, yeah, this information is exactly what I needed to hear. Because that gut feeling, don't ever take that for granted. That feeling inside of you, that almost compass that goes, yeah, that is it. That feels good. That's where I want to go. And when you feel that sense of comfort, I would go with that. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give you, because it means that you are going to take action. But if you're following everybody and taking on every piece of information, which will most likely be conflicting information, you will find yourself pulled in so many different directions that you will never take action. So really reduce it down. Only follow a few. When I say a few, a maximum of three people. Follow what they say because it feels good to, because it's like, yes, this is making sense to me. This feels good. This is where I want to go. And then take the action, because unless you take the action to do the things, you are never going to make progress in your business. So this really is about cutting down, decluttering the amount of information that you take in, and really, really focusing in on the information that you do want to follow and taking action on that information. That's super, super important, because otherwise you will just end up burning out. You will end up in this overwhelming ball where you can't do anything, and you'll procrastinate. You'll feel like that moment where you're like, someone could just say something to me and I could just burst into tears. You know, those moments. And entrepreneurship can feel like that, especially when you're pivoting, perhaps you're starting out. It can feel very overwhelming. So just think about the things that light you up. Think about the things that feel exciting to you, because that's when you pull yourself out of the amygdala, like the fear center of your brain, which kind of keeps you still, that stops you doing anything. And it pulls you, when you get something exciting, it pulls you into the front of your brain, the entrepreneurial part of your brain that gets really excited. Make your mission more than just you. Make your mission as big as you possibly can, because when you do that, you will find that you get excited and that you are in the space where you can actually find a way through the fog. You know, and you have the ability to do this, but you've got to make it exciting enough for your brain to pull it out of that fear center and into a more action-taking brain setting. Okay, so when I say make it bigger than you want to be thinking about the people who you are serving. Okay, thinking about when you're going, when you're being visible, the message that you're sending out there like a beacon. You know, how is that going to impact your community? How is it going to impact the world, the people who are watching? Okay, make it more important than just you and your life, and perhaps just you and your want to make money. You've got to make it more important. When you are able to make it more important, it becomes more exciting. Okay? So that's all it really is. When you're trying to think of the next exciting way of doing something, it never really works out. Like, what do I want to do? Do I want to do a webinar? Do I want to do a live? Do I want to go do this? Whatever else. At the end of the day, the medium doesn't truly matter. It's about your message and how you're going to affect the world. And never forget that selling your stuff is serving. Something that Russell Brunson said is, when people pay attention. And so never be afraid of putting your stuff out there, of being visible, of selling your stuff. Because when you sell your stuff, it means that people will pay attention because they're investing into that product. They're investing into you. And so therefore they will make huge changes, bigger changes than they ever will do from listening to your free stuff. But never underestimate your free stuff either. Okay? But just know that don't hold back from putting your things out there. Don't hold back from sharing your message, because it's not about you. It's about you serving the world at large. And that's really, really important to remember. Okay, so when you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back, declutter your environment from all of the information that's out there. Get focused back on the real purpose and the real reason why you are here. What are you here to, how are you here to help others? And how can you do that in the most effective way? And follow the people that make you feel good, that build your confidence, that help you to make progress. But there are people out there that you're following currently that may help you make progress, but aren't, because you've got so much else going on and you have to declutter. It's super important to do this. Declutter your environment, get focused on the task at hand. Yes, focus on your personal goals too. But in order to come out of that fear center of the brain, we have to make it bigger than those personal goals. Keep your eye on the prize, and your eye on the prize is much bigger than anything you've written down on your piece of paper about your financial goals, about what you want to achieve. They're all really exciting. But in my experience, the true excitement are the things that are much bigger than all of those things, because I've achieved things where I've run an event at the Ritz, I've written a book, and they were things that I had dreamed of years of doing, of having these situations. And don't get me wrong, they were amazing when they happened. But if I'm completely honest, they never truly fulfilled me. The true fulfillment comes from when I get a review, or when I get someone message me and say, hey, I read your book and it's changed my business, it's changed my life, and I can't believe what I've learned from what you said. And that's the fulfilling part, because it's more than just the thing, the having the book and being able to say it's a best-selling book, to be able to say I'm an award-winning speaker, to be able to say all these magical things that I'd written down as my personal goals, and they were great. But actually, it's through the action of doing and achieving those things, the journey of it, that has impacted others, that have then come back to me and said, oh my goodness, this has changed my life, this has changed my business, this has opened my eyes. That's where the true excitement, that's where true fulfillment comes from. So let's get out of that fear center and into that excitement, that entrepreneurial excitement of serving the world at large, serving your community, your clients, and everybody else that it impacts. Because your message will have a domino effect on the world. And the change and the message and the mission starts with you. So get excited about your mission, get excited about the message that you're going to share, and go out, take action, and do it. And like I said, declutter and follow the people that are going to help you to progress in order to achieve those things. You need to find the path of least resistance. And there are so many ways There are so many ways to do the thing that you want to do. But really, it doesn't matter what you do. Surely it's just about that mission. Okay? So don't think that you have to do all the things, because you don't. Pick a few and do them well, and pick a few people to follow and take action on them.